Hello everybody and welcome to the review. Today we're going to take a look at the Reactor Warp. The brand Reactor has only been around for about 13 years, so it's relatively new when talking about watches, and it comes in this nice little case. It's very compact, it has the nice branding on the top, a little bit of rubber here, and the bottom just twists off, just like that. You can slide it out, revealing your watch. This is the Warp. Reactor makes several models, and the idea of Reactor is to make the most durable watch that is on the market today. When the creator set out, his idea was to make, like I said, the most durable watch that's on the market today. And he was able to achieve that using the Reactor DNA. Now, if you want a little bit more about the Reactor DNA, visit the link in the description for a full and very detailed review of this watch. This is going to be a rather quick review. So at the very beginning, let's get the dimensions out of the way. We have a case lug-to-lug size on the inside of the lugs of 43 millimeters, a little bit tall. Lengthwise, minus the crown and the chronograph pushers, we're looking at just a hair under 45, with a width of almost exactly 15. It is a rather large watch, but in today's market, that's something that a lot of people enjoy, and it is a very robust watch. It definitely has that heft that you want to feel when you are wearing a very nice piece. As you can see, it is a chronograph. Right here on the side, you have your tenths of seconds, and this is your seconds, and that hand, as you can see, actually beats at right around 4 beats a second. And you can kind of compare it to the regular time seconds right there. And you have all the way over to an hour on the left side. You can push that again and reset it. A very nice chronograph. One thing I really like about this watch is the date display that is on the top. I like that it's centered at 12 rather than over here at 3 where a lot of watches are. And it's very bold and very easy to see when you first look at it. And along the bezel, you can see a tachymeter. And the crown is actually a screw-down crown, as you can see, to give you that extra waterproofing. And something interesting about the Reactor DNA is that as far as a screw-down crown goes, when most watches are unscrewed, if you put them under water, then you're pretty much screwed. You're going to get water damage in your watch, you're going to have to get it serviced, and that's going to cost you a lot of money. With the Reactor, part of the DNA is to have 3 extra O-rings on the inside, so that even when it is unscrewed, it is water resistant to a degree. Another thing I really like is the forged case back. If you can see that, there's a very, very nice branded case back right there. Good hefty links. Another thing I really like about this watch is that texturing right there with the rose gold inlays on the side. I think it looks very good and very attractive. Something a little interesting, right here, rather than spring bars, you have bolts that go through the entire thing, which unfortunately means you won't be able to switch out this strap very easily, but that's kind of one of the big points of the Reactor DNA as well, is the strength that bolt lends to the watch. It's got a very rose gold and stainless steel. I believe that it is brushed and polished. Some parts are brushed, some parts are polished. Most of it is polished. And I think it lends a really good color scheme. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the red on the inside. I think it gives it just a little bit of a tacky look. All of the markers and everything green that you see and the hands are coated in several layers of superluminova, which gives you very, very good luminescence in the dark. The clasp is a dual deployment clasp with your locking flip right there with a good branded symbol and the name. And this is a very, very well built clasp. You can feel that. A lot of clasps, especially right here, it's kind of where they cheapen out, and this watch does not do that. If you want to see it on the wrist, we'll go ahead and put that on. Again, like I said, it's a rather substantial watch. I think it looks quite nice on my wrist. I have a little bit bigger hands and a little bit bigger wrists. Definitely looks very good. It's definitely an eye catcher, and I have to say this is one of the best feeling watches that I've ever worn, which is saying something as I've tried on and owned quite a few watches myself. Go ahead and take that off again. There are extra links that come with it. I'll show you where those are at. It's kind of an interesting little place. On the bottom, if you pull this up, this is magnetic. You have your extra links as well as your pamphlet right there. And I like the way that they do this because, for one, that isn't getting in your way like a lot of them, and it gives you a nice little stand with the Reactor branding. It's made of solid forged 316L stainless steel. Luminous dial in hands, extreme durability and comfort, and 200-meter depth tested. You can look at all the testimonials online and look up this brand, and they seem to live up to their name. These are the most durable watches. Now, there are two things that I was really upset about when I bought this watch, and I actually financed it, and dumb idea on my end. I financed it for $800, and when I got it, if you can see, let me focus that. Oh, come on. There's a tiny scratch right there, and on the opposite side, a tiny ding on the second zero of 300. And that came with the watch, which was a little bit frustrating to me. I mean, I'm paying this large price, and that's the jeweler's problem, though. And as you can see, if you just look right up here, there's a little tiny chip and a little tiny scuff right on the crystal right there. And this is a solid sapphire crystal, giving you the best durability on the market today. Yeah, so the inside is, I like the way that it looks as well as the way that it feels. It's very well done. You don't have hardly any side-to-side movement, so it's not going to pinch your hair. A very nice watch. I'll put it on the wrist just for the final shot. Gotta say, one of the best watches I've ever worn and one of my favorites to wear. I am actually selling this watch pre-owned for $700. It might go down a little bit. If you would like to buy that, visit the eBay listing that is on the website in the link below. Again, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.